alligators for you guys today. Really quickly, though, before we get started, do have a couple of very, very simple rules to go over with you guys that do apply here at this show as well as throughout our park. And that's going to be we cannot have any kids sitting or standing on these low wooden fences, but we can have nobody up on your shoulders. Now, during this show, because we have so many people here, if you guys are on this platform right over here and you're on that center step, not the furthest step back or the closest step, you can have children on your shoulders, just on that middle step, guys. Now, for those of you who are further this way, please let the kids come forward, let them see. They can see through the fences, and most of us can see over top of them. So if everybody come down off the shoulders and off the rails, that would be awesome, except for that middle row. And I think it looks pretty good to me. So with that said and done, guys, we will go ahead and get started feeding these animals. Now, what you see in front of you are North American alligators. This is our wildlife area, so this is pretty much what their natural habitat is going to look like. Now, where can you find a North American alligator? North America, right? Seems pretty obvious. Well, these guys can be found in North America, but only one spot, and that's the southeastern United States. So as far north as North Carolina, as far south as Florida, and as far west as Texas. Now, if you guys believe it or not, there are actually only two species of alligator in existence. These North American guys, which are the bigger of the two, reaching somewhere between 6 and 16 feet in length, depending on whether it's a male or a female. And the Chinese alligator, coming from China, those guys are actually a lot smaller, only 4 to 6 feet in length. Now, alligators, as well as all crocodilians, are the closest thing you guys are going to get to dinosaurs. These guys are approximately 200 million years old. That is older than T-Rex, that is older than Brontosaurus, and all your other favorite dinosaurs. So these guys have been around for a lot longer. They are truly, truly dinosaur-like creatures that we've still got today. Now, obviously, if they're that old, they've got to have some really cool evolutionary features on them that have allowed them to live that long. Now, first of all, is their feeding habits. These crocodilians, guess what? Out in the wild are only going to eat approximately 50 pounds of meat per year. That's per year. Not a lot of food at all. Our tigers eat more than that in a month very, very easily. So these guys, they don't need a lot of food at all. In fact, during these feedings, these alligators will grab maybe 3 or 4 of these, and they'll go off for about 3 days to a week, and they will take that long to digest it. So 3 days to a week, and it's going to take them that long just for those 4 pieces of food, and then maybe a week or so later they'll come back for more. So our alligators are rotational feeders. It means these guys come up, grab food out of our hands, go back and digest it, and it's a constant rotation of who's hungry and who's not. And that is how and why our job is so easy here at Alligator Adventure, because these guys do practically feed themselves. Now, what also makes these alligators super special animals? Well, their inability to get sick. Alligators have really, really amazing immune systems. And I'm sure you guys walking around have noticed some of our alligators are missing pieces of their tail, maybe even missing a limb. Well, that's actually no problem for these guys. They don't have a problem healing that wound. In fact, that wound, for the most part, is never even going to have the chance for getting infections. Alligators are covered in bacteria, and they are perfectly fine with that, whereas as humans, if we get exposed to that bacteria, it's really going to prove a problem for us. But not for these alligators. They really just don't get sick. In fact, scientists right now are taking some of the enzymes from alligator immune systems or crocodilian immune systems, and they're actually taking these enzymes and putting them against MRSA, putting them against anthrax. I'm sure you guys have heard of all that stuff. And guess what? These alligator immune systems are decimating that stuff. They don't have a problem overcoming it at all. So you never know. Maybe in a few years, 10, 20 years, we may be getting alligator vaccines to prevent us as humans from getting sick from these different pathogens. Now, alligators also have exceptional body armor. If you take a look at an alligator's back, you'll notice they've got these really cool hard plates called osteoderms, and those osteoderms are actually bones right underneath the skin. And their main function is to keep an alligator warm. They help them to thermoregulate. But in addition to that, those osteoderms actually provide these guys with fantastic armor, because you never know when another alligator, especially a bigger guy like this big guy right here, might come lumbering along and decide, hey, alligators don't really get along too well. So that's why they've got to have a way to defend themselves, and those osteoderms actually do an excellent job with that. Now I'm down to my last 2 pieces of chicken.
You want to see?
I'm going to see what kind of grand finale we can get for you guys. Alright, one more. Alright, who's the lucky alligator? Guys, who do you want this last piece to go to? Big guy? This guy is King Kong, so he is one of our big old males here at the park. There we go. Alright guys, give these alligators a round of applause for being awesome animals and for my brave extra feeder over here. Guys, we are going to be exiting right out of this albino alligator house. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, we would be more than happy to talk with you. If not,